I tell you something that might be hard to hear, but could completely change your life? The hardest experiences you've been through might actually be the reason your life becomes everything you've ever wanted. And I don't mean that in a cliche, everything happens for a reason way. I mean in a real practical, grounded way, where what you've been through actually shapes who you become, the decisions you make, and the life you end up creating. Because we've all heard and had those moments where something happens and you think, why me? Why is this happening? What did I do to deserve this? And in those moments, it doesn't feel like growth. It feels like confusion, pain, sometimes even failure. But what I've realized is this: the question that changes everything is not, why is this happening to me? It's, what is this trying to build within me? Let's start with how we see pain. Most of us have been taught, without even realizing it, that pain means something has gone wrong. If something feels uncomfortable, we avoid it. If something hurts, we think we've failed. If something doesn't work out, we think we're off track. But what if pain isn't a sign you're off track? What if it's a sign you're being redirected? Because think about it, growth is uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. Becoming a new version of yourself is uncomfortable. And we expect that process to feel easy. It doesn't. In fact, most of the time it feels like things are falling apart. But what if things aren't falling apart? What if they're falling into place in a way we just don't understand yet? For example, think about a time in your life where something didn't work out. A relationship ended. An opportunity didn't happen. Something you really wanted just didn't go your way. At the time, it probably felt like a loss. But if you look back now, did it lead you to somewhere better? Somewhere else? Did it teach you something? Did it change what you wanted? Did it make you stronger or even more aware? Because a lot of the time, what feels like rejection is actually protection. What feels like a setback is actually redirection. I want you to actually think about one situation in your life right now. Don't skip this. That moment might be the beginning of something better. You just can't see it yet. Now let's go deeper, because this is where things really start to shift. Your hardest experiences are shaping who you are becoming. Not just what happens to you, but how you respond to it. Because every challenge builds something within you. Resilience. You learn how to keep going even when things are hard. Emotional strength. You learn how to sit within discomfort instead of running from it. Clarity. You start to realize what you truly want and what you don't. Boundaries. You stop accepting things that don't align with you anymore. And here's the truth most people don't talk about. You don't build these qualities when life is easy. You build them when life forces you to. Someone who's been through heartbreak, at the time it feels painful, but what does it teach you? It teaches you what you will and won't tolerate, how to value yourself, how to recognize red flags. And the next time, you don't show up the same way. That's growth. Someone who's struggled financially, they develop discipline, awareness around money, a deeper appreciation for what they have. They become more intentional. Someone who's felt completely lost in life, that feeling of being lost is often what pushes them to find themselves, to question everything, to explore, to grow. And those people, they often become the most aligned later. So let me ask you something. Who are you becoming because of what you've been through? Not what happened to you, but who it's shaping you into. This is the part that changes everything, because you can go through something hard and stay stuck in it, or you can use it. And the difference comes down to one thing: resistance versus acceptance. Most people resist as this is the easy option. They replay the situation over in their head. They wish it didn't happen. They stay in the why me mindset, and that keeps them stuck in the same place mentally and emotionally. But the moment you shift into this question, everything changes. How can I use this? Here are some steps that you can use. Step 1, extract the lesson. Every experience has something to teach you, even if it's trusting your intuition, speaking up for yourself, walking away sooner. There is always something. Step 2, shift your identity. Stop seeing yourself as the person who got hurt, the person who failed, the person who lost. Start seeing yourself as the person who learned, the person who grew, the person who is evolving. Step 3, take aligned action. Growth isn't just awareness, it's action. So ask yourself, what would I do differently now? What standard am I raising? What am I no longer accepting? This right here is the difference between staying stuck and actually transforming your life. Now let's go even deeper, because sometimes what you go through isn't just for you. It's preparing you to help someone else, guide someone, connect with people on a deeper level, because you understand. Think about it. The things you've struggled with, you can now recognize in others. You can support people in a way that someone who hasn't experienced it can't. And this is where your story becomes powerful, because your pain can turn into purpose, not in a forced way, but in a natural way, where one day you're talking about something and what once hurt you, instead of pain, you feel strength, where something that once broke you becomes something that built you. I want you to take a moment and really sit with this. Think about something you've been through, something that hurt, something that challenged you. Now ask yourself, What has this built within me? Because your hardest experiences are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of your transformation. And your greatest rewards are on the other side of the growth you're going through right now. One day, you might be grateful for something you once wished you never happened. If this resonated with you, I want you to comment, "I am growing through this," and I'll see you in the next video.